In a significant move toward addressing claims of racially motivated violence, the US Department of Justice has opened an investigation into allegations of domestic terrorism and police corruption in Colorado. The investigation focuses on Nicole and Courtney Mallery, a black ranching couple who say they've been the targets of sustained threats, harassment and violence since purchasing land in El Paso County. The Mallerys, owners of Freedom Acres Ranch in Yoder, Colorado, claim their predominantly white neighbors, backed by local law enforcement, have engaged in a campaign of intimidation to force them off their land. Civil rights. The allegations surfaced in early 2023 when Ark Republic broke the story in a series called Get Out. The Mallerys described a series of attacks including racial hostility, sabotage of their livestock and threats to their lives. Local law enforcement, particularly the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, allegedly ignored or even participated in the harassment. Nicole Mallery told Ark Republic, "Our lives have been turned upside down since moving here. We just want to farm, to feed people, but instead we've faced nothing but terror." Their troubles began in 2021, when they purchased a 1,000-acre ranch. On their first day, they were confronted by a neighbor, Teresa Clark, who expressed shock they owned the property. Tensions quickly escalated, with Clark allegedly threatening violence and rallying the community against the Mallerys. Clark denies the allegations, claiming she is the victim. In an email to Ark Republic, she recounted her side of the story but was also accused of threatening local NAACP leader Portia Prescott with violence. The Mallerys report ongoing harassment, including security equipment being destroyed, animals stolen, and armed individuals stalking them. In one particularly alarming incident, a local resident allegedly rode onto their property and threatened to rope them like cattle. Despite local authorities dismissing their claims, the Mallerys have received national support. Over $236,000 was raised through a GoFundMe campaign, although the effort was briefly halted due to false accusations. Advocacy groups and supporters, from gun clubs to food activists, have rallied to their side, offering protection and assistance. This DOJ investigation marks a critical moment for the couple, whose story has gained national attention in the wider context of racial discrimination in agriculture. The Biden administration has taken steps to address these issues, recently disbursing $2.2 billion to farmers who face discrimination in USDA loan programs. But for the Mallerys, justice remains elusive. "We just don't know who to trust," said Nicole Mallery, a former US Marine. "The harassment hasn't stopped, even with restraining orders in place. They messed with the wrong black people, though. We're not going anywhere." While their path forward remains uncertain, the federal investigation puts the Mallerys' fight on the national stage. If the DOJ finds evidence of a pattern of civil rights abuses, it could lead to criminal charges against those responsible. In the meantime, the Mallerys continue operating their ranch, determined to feed local communities despite the intimidation. "All we want is peace," said Mrs. Mallery, "but we'll keep fighting if we have to." The Mallerys case highlights a broader issue of racial tensions and land ownership in rural America. Issues that may soon come to light as the DOJ probes what could be a far-reaching pattern of domestic terrorism. To stay updated on the latest courts and justice news, subscribe to Breaking Through News on the Newsbreak app or at breakingthrough.com.